Welcome back, fellas, to another day in the NBA, and today we have an 11-game slate for Sunday. Yesterday, we only had 2 plays. We cashed one of them at Amon Thompson. John Moran did not play, so a quick recap there. For the month of April, we have a record of 7-5-1, and we have a profit margin of 1.8 units. So again, small margin. Again, we only are, 5 days into the month. So as long as we're positive, that's all that matters. And we've had a really low volume size with a ton of NBA, NCAA plays going out. And right now, April's a really tough time to be betting on the NBA until we get to the later half of the month where we'll be hammering lines. Right now, we only have 4 to 5 games for each team. And I'll explain all this as well as we go over the slate. We can just hop into the slate. Let's just hop into the slate. We just recapped. Every team has 4 to 5 games left to play. What that means is pretty much the playoffs are clinched. The playoffs on the East are damn near clinched themselves. We have the Cavs and the Celtics at the 1 and 2. The Knicks and Pacers can't really move unless the Knicks somehow lose out every game. The Pacers have to win out every single game, as well as the Bucks have no shot. So it's either the Knicks or Pacers at 3 and 4. Bucks and Pistons are going to fight it out for 5 and 6. 7, 8, 9, and 10 are already damn near locked in whatever order they come in, which is probably going to be the Magic at 7, the Hawks at 8, the Bulls at 9, and the Heat at 10. Not many teams have much to be playing for in the Eastern Conference. The Knicks really don't have to worry about losing out because I think they even play the Hornets one more time, which is just horrendous, so they'll get a dub there. As well as the Pacers have 3-game cushion on the Bucks, so they're not going to fall to the 5 spot. The Bucks and the Pistons are tied right now, but the Pistons have one less game to be played than the Bucks. So I think the Bucks will be able to cover that 5 seed, and the Pistons will be locked in at 6. And then we have the Magic, Hawks, and the Bulls and Heat all in the play-in in one way or the other. I think the Magic do have a 2-game lead over the Hawks, as well as the Bulls and the Heat are tied at 35 wins. So one of them, the Heat have one less game, but one of them will be the 9 and one of them will be the 10. Doesn't really matter in that sense. With that being said, the Western Conference is the conference we want to be betting on, right? This one is still not wide open, but pretty wide open. Right now, at the bottom of it, you have the Kings and Mavs. Those ones look like they're pretty solid. The Suns are still 2 games behind with the same amount of games being played. So unless they somehow win out, the Mavs have to lose 3 of the last 5 or 3 of the last 4 that they have. Same thing with the Kings. Doesn't seem very likely. Suns are probably out, so it's probably going to be Kings, Mavs. Then there's a tier gap for sure, as the Grizzlies have a 8-game lead on them. Then it's Grizzlies, Clippers, Timberwolves, Warriors, all at 46 wins. So obviously that's going to be really interesting to see how that duels out. The Warriors have one less game played than the other 3. They're sitting at the 5 seed right now. The Nuggets and the Lakers are tied, with the Lakers having one less game played than the Nuggets at the 3 and 4 seed with 47 wins. The Rockets have 51 wins, but if the Rockets lose out somehow, they can lose the 2 seed to either the Lakers or the Nuggets here, closing at the end of the season. So as long as the Rockets win, they'll be fine. The Thunder are still chasing one of the best records in the NBA, so I think they're still going to play pretty hard. But for now, really, you want to focus on the 8 and up seeds in the Western Conference. But the problem is they're not going to always be playing each other, which is tough. As we hop into today's slate, I'm going to go over that. Chicago against Charlotte. I'm literally never touching this with a 10-foot pole. You have KJ Simpson, Steph Curry, Daquan Jeffries, Miles Bridges, Mark Williams playing on the Charlotte side of things. The starters are going to play for the Chicago Bulls, as they can battle it out for that 9 and 10 spot. But right now, it doesn't look like they're going to have much trouble with Charlotte being horrific and tanking for Cooper Flag. Therefore, I think it's going to be a blowout of a game. I'm not touching it. The next game I am touching, a lot of pause. The Lakers and OKC, the spread of this game is 9. Now, I get it seems like a tall task. OKC by 9. I'm slamming the Lakers in this game. Also, by the way, by the time you're seeing this, and the graphic may be a little bit off on the odds, don't mind that. It's just going to be different time frames of me recording this compared to making the graphic. With that being said, the Lakers and OKC. The Lakers, I'm taking all the way. They have to win this game. Must win game. They do not want to be in the 4 or 5 seed where they're going to end up playing Denver or they're going to end up playing the Warriors. They want to sit pretty at that number 3 seed or maybe even get to the number 2 seed with Houston They need to win out ball games. Rui's off the injury report. LeBron is going to be playing. This team is going to look healthy. I'm very much on the Lakers right now. This is a must-win game. This is not a must-win game for OKC. Do I think OKC is going to roll over? Absolutely not. But I think the Lakers are going to have to play absolutely lights out in that game. That's a game I'm definitely going to be betting on. Toronto, Brooklyn, not touching with a 10-foot pole. I get the spread is short, but you're betting on, you don't know what the fuck is going to happen. Like, both these teams are tanking. Both these teams want a higher draft pick. Both these teams want to lose this game. They're not going to be fighting for this game. I promise you there's 4 games left in the season. Scotty Barnes is questionable. I doubt he's going to play. RJ's going to play. He's probably going to go off. You maybe take RJ. That would be the only one I'd probably touch. I'm not really betting on Brooklyn either. You don't know what their minutes rotation's really going to look like, as it's been just kind of all over the place. So I'm not really touching that. The Spurs and Portland, another game, not really betting on. The Spurs want to keep tanking. They want to be at a worse pick. They want a higher chance in this lotto. Same thing with Portland. Portland's now in a shitty spot. Anthony, Denny Avdia, they're all questionable this game. I highly doubt most of them play. As again, end of the season, most teams are just letting their stars kind of rest and move on to the offseason. Utah, Atlanta still has something to play for, but Utah has nothing to play for. Therefore, again, blow up potential 12-point spread there. Not really going to be touching that game. Again, a lot of these games, it's like, oh, well, good, if one team has something to play for, why would you not bet on those players in that game? Because this game could be over by the third quarter. We saw it today with the Knicks game. It was over by the third quarter. It was a 40-point game by the third quarter. That's just how I think a lot of these games are going to go into the late part of April. Again, it sucks because it's the NBA and you want to be betting on these teams. We'll be able to bet on the playoffs very, very shortly. It's just around the corner. But right now, a lot of these games are going to be blowouts. And some people love to take advantage of the blowouts. And they love to get the low players, the bench player minutes, whatever. I'm not personally one of those guys. I like to be betting on guys that I know have a guaranteed role, that I know are going to perform, that I know are good at certain volumes with good usages. I haven't been profitable betting on these late guy, bottom of the bench guys very often. So, because they're very hit or miss. And if the coach is like, hey, yeah, you're only playing 15 minutes today instead of 20, it's like, oh, fuck, well, that changes a lot of things. Especially when there's just a lot of question marks going on with the rotations, I tend to stay off of them. With that being said, the Kings and Cleveland, again, Cleveland has nothing to really play for in this game. Sacramento does have a little bit to play for. Obviously, they're going to be fighting out at the bottom of the spots here where they're the 10 seed. I don't think that's really going to move. Maybe they could push to the 9 seed, but it's not really going to make much of a difference for them. I don't think that's going to happen, but if they win out somehow, or if they win out and the Mavs lose out, then that could be a case, but I don't think so. So, with that being said, it's going to keep that pushing there. I think the Cavs are favored by 10. They're starting all their players. I don't know why, but I guess they're going to be just kind of getting some run, getting everyone loose for that game. I doubt they go all out this game. I doubt anyone on this Cleveland team sees over 32, 33 minutes for the starters. I think they're going to run the bench pretty deep. Again, they have a spot pretty much locked up at the top of the East there. So I don't think they're going to be really stressing that too hard. Washington, Boston, same thing. It's 20-point spread. 20 points. I would take Washington, if anything. I would slam Washington, honestly. 20 fucking points. That's a lot of points. Phoenix and the Knicks. Knicks are favored by 8. Knicks need a W. Need a W. Or do they, right? Yeah, they need. No, I'm pretty sure they do. I was just looking at this. Sorry. The Knicks, yeah, they're 49 wins. I mean, they don't need it, but they need one more. One more win, and they pretty much lock up. They have 5 games left. They pretty much lock up that 3 seed. So I would say they win one more, lock up the 3 seed. Pacers can't really catch them. They're probably going to do that in this game. Really don't have any doubts against that. Phoenix has looked fucking awful. Again, no Kevin Durant. They've just played a horrible book. Can't carry this team. I'm going with the Knicks in this game to carry this with an 8-point spread. Now, this game's interesting. Pacers versus Denver. Pacers need to win out if they want a chance at the 3 seed. I don't think that's going to happen. Obviously, now where Denver is, Denver really needs to win this game because they could get all the way up to the 2 seed, hypothetically, in the West. Very least get up to the 3 seed and play the Grizzlies instead of the Warriors. There's a lot to be played for there. The Pacers are playing for something, but not entirely playing for something. So, again, their spot really isn't going to be moving. They have 46 wins. They're 3 games ahead of the Bucks, and they're 3 games behind the Knicks. There's 4 to 5 games left in the season for each of these teams. I don't think they're going to be really sweating this one out, but you never know. All the starters are playing. It's a younger team. Maybe they do. I think Denver's going to be very motivated to win. Like, they have to win this game at home. I think Denver does it with a 6-point spread pretty easily. Now, my favorite game to be betting on today. Golden State, Houston, 4-point spread in Golden State at Golden State. Dillon Brooks is playing despite his suspension stuff going on. Fred VanVleet is going to be starting. Jalen Green, Dillon Brooks, everyone's healthy for Houston. Everyone's healthy for Golden State. These are must-win games for both teams. Houston needs to win this game to lock up the 2 seed. They need to. They cannot lose out. They can't. They can't afford it. The same thing goes for the Warriors. They need to win ball games if they want to somehow get a shot at that 3 seed. They want to climb as much as possible as well. They also have to avoid falling down to the 6, 7, or 8 seed because that drastically changes their measure. They could fall into a play-in spot. So they have to win this game. Have to win this game. I expect Houston to win this game. I'm taking them to win this game. And you'll see I do have picks on this game. But, yeah, so that's where I'm at with that. I like Houston here at plus 4.5. Milwaukee, Pelicans, not touching this game. Pelicans are so bad. Not touching it. And Giannis probably isn't playing. It says injury maintenance is next to his name for questionable. So, yeah, I doubt Giannis is going to be playing this game. Yeah, that's the slate for today. Let's hop straight into the picks. Let's waste no more time as I've been yapping now a lot about these plays and playoff seedings and whatnot. The main games are going to be focusing on are the LA game that I'm really hype about and the Houston game. I think those two have the most juice behind them to be betting on, and we have a lot of good lines. Austin Reeves over 18.5 points feels like one of the great lines. Again, perfect matchup for him as we're going to see Lou Dort cover Luka Doncic for pretty much the entire game. Obviously, the Lakers are in a spot where they must win. I went over the seeding already. I'm not going to repeat that for you. But Reeves will have a great matchup. Obviously, again, no Lou Dort, and he's hit over this line in 8 of the last 10 games this season, averaging 25 points per game on 16 field goal attempts per game. This OKC team has led the 3rd most points to spot up shots and the 4th most points to free throws this season, which is how Reeves has scored 40% of his buckets. But over the past 5 games, he's seeing a 25% usage rate. 25% usage rate is more than enough to cook this line. Again, usage rate's going to be higher. Field goal attempts are going to be higher. You're going to have the best matchup between LeBron and Luka Doncic, which is the triple head that they have. So I think Austin Reeves is going to have a pretty big game. He's going to have a big game if they want to win this game. So I expect him to take a lot of shots. 18.5 feels like a really good spot. Then we're going to have LeBron James' teammates staying in that same game over 6.5 rebounds at plus 115. It's going to be a plus money play of the day. Again, I explained the Lakers' sentiment in this game. It's a must-win game. Plus, when he plays a Rui Hachimura, who's off the injury report for this game, he hits his line in 14 of the last 20 games. Hitting this at a 70% clip, averaging 9 rebounds per game, along with 14 rebound chances. He's hit over this mark in 6 of the last 6 games versus OKC, averaging 8.1 rebounds per game. 6 of the last 8 small forwards, which is where he's playing with Rui on the floor. And fit over on this line against OKC, over on the rebounding lines. Not on this line exactly, over on the rebounding lines. Again, OKC allows the 2nd most rebounds to opposing small forwards at home this season, as well as the 7th most in the past 20 games to small forwards. So again, it's been a very good matchup. He should see the volume, a must-win game. Like, I can see LeBron triple-double here. That's just what we're looking at. It's LeBron James in a must-win game. I think he's going to come in clutch in a very high. I'm super excited for this game. I think it's going to be a great game. Then the other game I'm super excited for, Houston and Golden State. Amin Thompson over 7.5 rebounds. Feels like an elite spot to get him at. Posted this last night on the Twitter. This Houston and Golden State game matters. Houston needs another win to clinch the number 2 seed. Obviously, we've gone over all this. I've gone over all the seeding. I have it written down, but we get the point. Must-win games for both sides. With that being said, again, it should be a highly competitive game. Amin Thompson, one of the most athletic players on the floor. He's going to see around 40 minutes guaranteed this game. He's hit over this mark in 7 of the last 10 games this season, averaging 8.6 rebounds per game, along with 14 rebound chances per game. He hits this at the same clip with Fred VanVleet compared to without Fred VanVleet. I'm not really worried about Fred VanVleet. He just moves down to the 4 compared to where he's up at the 1. The last time he played Golden State, he recorded 9 rebounds. He's now playing the 4, again, the small ball lineup against Jimmy Butler. The guys that have faced Jimmy Butler, like Rui, MPJ, Jaren Jackson, the past few games, have hit over on this line in 8 of the last 10 games this season. They're running a small ball lineup. The power forward is going to see a ton of volume. He's one of the most athletic players you'll see in this game. Even if he's guarding Steph, I still think he can hit this line. They're going to have far bounces. They're going to be long bounces. It's a defensive matchup between Houston, between the Rockets and the Golden State. They're both playing great defense right now. I expect that there's a lot of missed shots. I think I'm going to see a lot of rebound chances here and to easily cash over on this line. If you like these sort of videos, make sure to leave a subscribe and like down below. Obviously, we be making we're live we're live every single weekday for MLB, as well as we're gonna have NBA plays rolling every single day on this channel. Or I try to get it every single day as long as my editor is good, as long as I'm good, as long as lines are out on time. Sometimes the lines don't come out till very late, and I just can't turn around in time with work. But for the most part, we try to do NBA plays every single day, along with we're live every single weekday for MLB. That's a lock. That's a lock. It's a lockety lock. And I post my plays in the Discord every single day for free, so make sure you're in the Discord, as well as following on Twitter. But with that being said, that's where we're at. Make sure to like, subscribe, what's the fun shit down below. Let me know what you guys are betting on in the comments down below. I'll catch you guys next time. Peace.